Hey nail sisters, in this video I'm showing you a way to apply kiss nails to where you can save on having to go to a nail salon every time. So I'm showing here that these kiss press-on nails give you 30 in the set. It comes with a alcohol pad and a wooden pusher, and I'm showing here how they do come with tabs and they kind of show you how to apply them. They also are numbered, so on the nail tips and also inside the box. So these are called Impress Kiss in a size medium length, and I was just showing there how it did come with the alcohol pad and a wooden pusher. They do already come in a V French shape, but also later in the video I'm going to revamp these to give a nail salon look. So here I'm actually trying to size my tips to see which one actually fits, and you want to make sure that it fits side wall to side wall, which basically means from one cuticle area to the next cuticle area. So if anything is hanging off, like you can see this one is kind of hanging off, then you don't want to actually use one that's hanging off. But if you can't find a size, so here I'm actually showing how the tabs actually come and you can peel them off easily. The sticky part is a little tough, but I actually will let you know how to make these last a little bit longer. So I'm just continuing to size these, and what I was saying was if anything is hanging off, just make sure to file them to get that perfect cuticle flawless application. Like it really looks like you went to the nail salon. You want to make sure, I didn't show, but you want to make sure to file around the perimeter so that it actually fits, and the side of the press-ons. And now I'm actually showing you how you want to just prep your nails. So you want to push back. You will need to push back your cuticles with a cuticle pusher. I like to use my e-file to do that. And then next you're going to need two bits, which is a diamond cuticle and a ball bit. The diamond cuticle bit will help to remove your cuticles, and the ball bit will exfoliate any loose or hanging cuticles. I am also using a medium sanding band to remove the shine. This is to remove the dead cuticles so that your press-ons can actually last longer. And then here I'm just dusting everything off. And again, we wanted to just take off the shine so that these press-ons stay. And now I'm actually applying it. So I just applied it after this. Also, the inside of the tabs, like I mentioned, they're not really strong, but what you could do to make them last even longer is actually apply some builder gel, or you could actually use like a base gel and then cure it for 60 seconds under a light, and then that way your nails will actually last long, just like if you were to go to a nail salon, maybe even longer. So here you'll see in a second that a few of these press-ons did not fit my nail beds. I feel like these press-ons are definitely good if you have larger nail beds, but since I have small, like if you have small or medium nail beds, then I feel like you're gonna definitely have to file these into shape to make them actually fit and look seamlessly, especially around the perimeter area and, like I said, the side walls. Now I didn't do this in this video because I kind of was moving a little too fast, so just make sure to do that because again, these are wide. So I forgot to also mention that you want to apply dehydrator to take the moisture away, and then apply primer so that you can improve the adhesion with the press-ons. This is how they look after I have found my size, and we haven't filed them yet. So next I'm actually going to go in with a 80 grit file, and I want more of a coffin shape, but I again, these are wide on the sides, so I'm trying to bring the sides in so that they look more coffin and slim. So that's the shape that I'm actually going for. And when I'm filing, make sure I like to rotate my file. So I will move on one side and then go to the next side. This way you're not taking away too much on one side of the nail. So just be sure to move that file around and keep your file straight so that the nail doesn't look to Cricut. Now, when I'm getting closer towards the tip area, this is where you can kind of slant it slightly because you want to give it that slim and coffin look towards the tip area. Next, I'm taking off the diamond. Each of these, some of these nails do come with like a diamond on the top of them. So I did remove that so that I can actually apply my own rhinestones. Next, I'm going to take off this gel that they have. So I'm going in with a safety bit. This is a medium one. I wanted to use a dull bit because if I use a bit that's like new or sharp, then it's gonna take away the whole color. So I don't want to get down to removing the color. I just want to take off that top layer of the white because I'm gonna go in and do my own French. So I'm gonna remove this on all of the nails, and again, I am using a dull bit so that way I'm not going down into the actual color, because I do like this color. I was thinking if I wanted to just remove everything and start fresh, but I think this color does blend really well with my skin complexion, so I am going to keep that. And what I'm doing also is moving it on different sides, so I'm not taking too much on one side. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but these press-ons are the gel, part of the gel collection that Kiss does sell. So these nails definitely, I feel like Kiss press-ons in general have definitely came a long way from when I used to wear them like long time ago, and they were nothing near where they are now. But you know, some of them, I will say that like what I'm doing here, you can revamp them and change everything that you want, which is really nice. I feel like Kiss press ones are definitely more customizable now versus when they first came out. And it's very convenient, you know, and it's reasonable as well. So again, like I said, the tabs that come with these are not really strong. Like when you apply them at first, it does feel strong. Like some of them on my finger, it did feel where it sucked, you know, the press on, but I feel like after a while it will get to a point where that tab, the sticky part, will become really dull, and especially if it sticks onto something, or you know, it just wears out, it or even get water, I feel like it definitely can easily pop off. So that's why I said to make sure to use something a little bit stronger where you can just cure it, and then it will hold for a few weeks, maybe like 6 weeks, so, or longer, you know, depending on, like I said, how well you prep your nails. I'm not sure if I mentioned this already, but the speed that I'm doing is not too high and it's not too low. Mine's is a little bit different, but it is a 6 that I am removing the gel polish because I don't want it up too high. Like I said, we're not debulking or we're not trying to remove the whole nail color. You will notice that some of my tips did not fit. And again, like I said, I was moving a little bit too fast. So this is why I said to be sure to file around the perimeter before you apply the press ons so that they fit seamlessly. And make sure to pick your correct size. You want it to fit from sidewall to sidewall. And again, if anything is hanging off, just file it off. And you don't want to pick a size that's too small because it's going to easily pop off. You may find that some of the sizes, they may not even fit you at all, which that's okay. It just means that you may have to put a little bit more elbow grease to try to fit the press-on nail by finding a bigger size and then just shape it to file it down on the sides to fit how your cuticle is actually shaped so that it can fit perfectly and look as though it's your natural nails. So this is how the nails look after I have removed that white polish. And even file them, but I feel like I want to file them even more. So off camera later in the video, I am going to file these with my e-file on the sides to make them a little bit more slim and not wide and bulky. So here I am buffing all of these scratches that I have made from the e-file and to smooth it out so that I can get it ready for the nail art that I'm going to go in with doing the French. This buffer I did get from my local nail supply, but I will leave in the description some other recommendations that I have also used off of Amazon, and as well as Nail Supply Glamour. Here I'm going in and I'm using my Markartt brush. This is the number 1. And again, you all have seen this brush. I love this brush. It has a lot of control. I feel that it is very flexible. I can move it how I want it. So what I'm doing here is putting down the French starter, I guess you could say, like a roadmap. And if you haven't checked out my French, how to do a French, then make sure to check that video out because it is very helpful. I use that for all of the French that I start off. I am using the white gel paint. I like this a lot better, like I told you all, due to the control. It doesn't run. It has a lot of control and I can easily manipulate and move it how I want to versus using gel polish. So here I am putting down the V lines, but I'm going to do more of a U shape so that I can have that U shape curve of the same direction that the nail tips are going, so that it looks more, like I said, like a U shape French design. Here I'm going in and I'm using this D&D gel polish white. Snow White is the name of it. And I'm filling in the French. What I'm doing is using this side of the front of the brush and basically I'm just tapping it, or yeah, tapping the nail so that I'm not messing up the line that I just placed down. It is easier to just go ahead and use the whole brush and fill it in, but as you will see that I'm going to go back in and use my nail art brush to fill in the gap that I left, because this is definitely the longer way, but again, you could just use the whole brush and fill it in and be done. But I am showing another way how you can use your brush, leave a space so that way you're not ruining that French line, and then use your nail art brush to actually fill it in. So I'm just showing a different way. You know, there's multiple ways to get the same results. So this is another option for you as well. How I like to do this is flip my finger over my view, then go in and fill it in with the gel polish, the space that I left between that line, so that I'm actually not messing up, like I said, the line for the French. I think it's easier to turn it your view versus the other way because I don't know why, but it's something about this symmetry where it just messes up for me when I do it the front view. So it's easier to do it going my view. Then next you will see that I'm going to go in with my cleanup brush to just clean up any, polish that may have been too wide or may have spilled over so that we can get a more clean and crisp French line. If you are someone who actually struggles with drawing the French, what you can do also is to just get some tips that are actually shaped like the oval or almond. I feel like it's much easier to do French tips on those versus a very long coffin nail because the way that they are shaped in the U-shaped direction that you're actually going in is much easier to do it on those, especially if you are beginning. As you keep doing it, it does really get a lot easier the more you keep doing it. Now, for the durability of the gel collection with Kiss press-ons, it is a lot better than the regular collection. I believe they have another one, but it's not the gel, but this one is a lot more durable than the other one. Now, for the tips, I will say they initially, like straight out the box, feel flimsy and a little light, but you can always, like I said, customize it and build it to your liking by using builder gel to help strengthen and make it more strong and sturdy. Now I'm using a cleanup brush. This brush is off of Amazon. It is more of a sharper brush so that you can be able to clean up the French line. I also am using alcohol to clean it up as well. So, you don't want to kind of use, you can definitely mix the alcohol and acetone, but I wouldn't say like pure acetone unless it's not really wet. So my brush is not too soaking wet, but it's like a little damp, because if you use pure acetone, it's just going to ruin the whole design and take off the whole polish. So that's not what we want to do. So this is how it looks after we have cleaned it up and filled in those French lines, and it really is coming together. Now I'm going in with some rhinestone gel by D&D, and what I'm doing is I'm going to place this down the center of the nail. I am using those rhinestones that you all saw in my AliExpress haul. So I'm going to use different sizes, big, medium, small, to kind of basically give it another look, because it did come, like I said, with the like one rhinestone, but I wanted to actually add a little bit more. This gel is also much thicker. Like I said, it's best to use a gel that is not really slippery and holds really good. Now, when you're using bigger crystals, I feel like with those, you have to use something a little bit stronger. But if you're using smaller jewels, then you can use something like what I just said, the builder gel. So I am moving the rhinestones around, and the good thing about using rhinestones is that if you don't like how it looks initially, you can play around with it and move it around to how you want. So you will see me do that. I'm going to kind of move it around to how I want it to look until I am satisfied. Once I place the rhinestones where I want them to be, I'm going to cure this for 60 seconds. You can also flash cure in between, but I didn't do that, so I just did the 60 seconds at the very end. I'm also using a pixie wax pen. This is also from Amazon as well, and I will link everything that I'm using today down in my description box. Let me know down below, did you all used to wear the Kiss collection? And if so, which ones was your favorite? And how did you used to apply your nails before you learned how to actually apply them? Or how do you apply them even if you don't know how to? Also, let me know if you all want to keep seeing more of these Kiss press on collection where I revamp these to make them look different and like you got your nails done at the salon, since they are very affordable and you could pretty much get them anywhere from Amazon to your local CVS or Walgreens. I forgot to show, but I did go in and put in caviar beads around the rhinestones once I had finished. Forgot to show that on camera, but this is how the end results actually look, and they look really, really good. Like I said again, they don't look as seamlessly like I wanted them to, but because I was like wanting to show the end of me actually changing it. But again, you can definitely get it to look more natural, like it's actually growing out of your skin and your nails. You could actually, like I said, make sure to file the shape, the perimeter of the top of the press on so that it fits really, really perfectly to your cuticles. And pushing back your cuticles definitely makes a difference as well to give it that salon look. So let me know what you all think, and I'll see you all in my next video.